Yo, it's JSF, and so Frost is the worst character in the game, right? That's a fact. I don't know how I gotta tell y'all that, but whatever. So when I ask other people who is the worst character in the game because they don't believe it's Frost, a lot of times I hear Shao Kahn. And people were saying Shao Kahn was the worst character in the game before the Aftermath patch, which I never really believed, but I never owned the character, so I could never, I could never debate it or dispute it. But since Aftermath, I did buy Shao Kahn. I've never played a match with Shao Kahn except maybe once or twice in story mode, but I've just messed around with him in training mode, looked at his tools, looked at his buttons, and I mean, it just confirmed everything I already knew. He's not the worst character in the game. So I'm going to show you guys why you don't know how to play Shao Kahn. I'm going to show you the problem with how Shao Kahn players play, and then I'm going to show you what you should be doing and how he's actually a good character. So I'm just letting y'all know now, Shao Kahn does not suck, you suck. But anyway, let's get into it. First things first, man. What are the complaints about Shao Kahn? Like, before I even start, don't get me wrong. This is not a video saying Shao Kahn is top tier. This is not a video saying Shao Kahn is the best character in the game. Nothing like that, right? He has some things about him that are stupid. Like this, I think that's really stupid. The fact that this is a massive gap, and if you flawless blocking, you can jab. He's minus 12. You can jab punish him. He can't, you know what I mean? He can't finish a string, etc., etc., etc. I think that's really dumb. And that's not the only thing. His throw, crush, and blow doesn't work if you punish a wake-up roll. I think that's also really dumb. But I also think the way people play Shao Kahn is dumb. Like, you're trying to play Shao Kahn by doing this. You're trying to play Shao Kahn by doing this. You're trying to play Shao Kahn by doing this. You're doing this. All of this shit is stupid. This is not how you're supposed to play Shao Kahn. And I'm using Risen Emperor Shao Kahn, in case anyone's wondering. Yeah, y'all trying to play Shao Kahn by doing this? Like, of course you think the character's bad. Like, look at what you're doing. This is useless. This is useless. Like, trust me, there's so much more. And like doing this, like, you guys want what other characters have. You guys want to play him the way you play other characters, which is a pretty mindless way to play. And I understand that, but Shao Kahn is not a mindless character. He is not a brain dead character. He is not. I don't know if he was designed too early or whatever it is, but he isn't like exactly like a lot of Mortal Kombat 11 characters. He has similarities. He's in the game, obviously, but like this don't just jail into a great mid string or whatever the fuck. Like, sure, this jails into this button, but that button's unsafe and it's not a string, etc., etc., etc. You can't be like Kodokan down 4-4-2 and then do whatever the fuck you want to do. No, you can't play him that way. You have to play him like you have a brain. You have to think more when you play Shao Kahn. Now, if your problem is that you don't want to think, that's fine, but that doesn't make the character bad. But anyway, let's get into some of the shit that people say is an issue. People say his pokes don't jail. They do. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. His down one can jail too. As you just saw, his pokes can jail. I've seen people say they don't. I know it's hard to do. I know it's really hard. I agree that it should not be this hard to jail his down one and the stand one. It should not be that hard. I agree. It should not. It should be easier than this. It should. But it's possible. It's possible. That's the thing. It's possible. Now, here's another thing. So Shao Kahn has a 10 frame mid, right? 10 frame mid, range could be a little better. It's okay. It's okay. This string is not the typical. You don't use this string like this. Or like this. This is not how you like this is, you're not using the string like that. This is specifically to check and to punish. That's it. The only time you use this string is to check and to punish. So like say Liu Kang does do this. Nah, that's too far away. Well, Liu Kang's probably a bad example for this. But let's say he does this, right? Liu Kang down ones you, right? This is some obvious fucking day one shit that I shouldn't have to say, but I gotta tell you everything, so I'm checking with that immediately. Every time. I mean, you can poke back if you want, right? You can poke back if you want, but you know you're in the same position. You check with this, and if the range is a little off, let's see if I can get it. Well, nah, I probably won't get it. Wait. So yeah, -7 instead of -8. This can be -5. This can be all the way down to -5 depending on the spacing of the button. You know, see -6. So it's more or less completely safe. And you can always look there. You just saw it -5, and you can always go into that. But the thing is, you can't every time you do this button, you can't just go into this, because then you're left with a decision to make, and you have to do something unsafe. Like literally following up, you're already unsafe, and then after that, your only option that's unsafe, that's unsafe, that's unsafe. And there's where people say, yeah, this is why he's bad, because all that shit is unsafe. That doesn't make him bad. That just means he has a bunch of shit that you shouldn't do. Like Katana has a million strings that people never use. Like just you have useless buttons and that are useless. And these moves aren't even useless. This just isn't the situation for you to use them in, right? Like this is not when you do this move. This move has a use, and I will get to it. This move has a use, but this ain't it. We all know this move has a use, but this on block ain't it. This mid screen ain't it. Like that's not what that's for. Like we'll get to everything. We'll get to everything. We'll get to everything. You know about his sweep. He's got. Let me just say, Shao Kahn has the best buttons in the game. He has the best buttons. Look at his sweep. Look at back three. 4-2 hits from way the fuck back here. Look at his down two. One of the best down twos in the game, if not the best down two. The best standing jab in the game. I know it's 9 frames of startup. I understand that. But did you know it's also +4 or +5 on block? Did you know that he has a 10 frame mid? Did you know that every time they poke you, you can force them to hold your mid? And if they start respecting that, you can stand one of them. Opens up this, and once you land one jab, guess what? You're +5. You can do whatever you want. +4, whatever. You can do whatever you want. You get them to respect this, and once they stop respecting the fact that they don't care that you hit them, right? Like you have to read your opponents. Like you have to get into the psychology of who you're fighting against and how they act and react to what you do. So once like they stop reacting to this, they're like, fine, I'm gonna just let him hit me with this. I don't care. I'm gonna let him hit me with this, and then his offense is over. Right? So like, let me just show this. I'm gonna just get hit, blah blah blah. Right? God damn it. See that? You have, if they try to do anything else after that, I know that it only says like +1 or whatever. Yeah, I totally understand. You don't have that much advantage. But here's the thing. You hit him, you can do this. He's in range for this. I understand that he can jump, right? Wait. Right? I understand he can jump. And not a whiff, right? Then he's fucking dead for jumping. Like, you see what I'm saying? You jump? Cool. Thanks, bro. He's dead for jumping. This is where you have to read your opponents, right? Or if you want to go for, or if you know he's gonna do something and you don't want to commit to the fully unsafe option, if you know he's gonna do something, right? You know he's gonna do something, but you don't want to commit to this. You don't want to commit to this or this, because this you think you might get whiff punished for. This is an unsafe home block. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, or just chase him down. You know what I mean? Just chase him down. Look at that. Like, you have options. Like, Shao Kahn doesn't have this. The problem is people want this one button character, one button answer. You want an easy button. You want to know, what button do I press all the time and it's always right? Or do I jump? What do I do that's always right? Well, Liu Kang, you can always do forward 4. If you're close enough, you can do back 1. You know what I mean? Like, what's my automatic? I can always press this. It's always safe. It's hit confirmable. It's like, he doesn't have that, and that doesn't make him bad. That just makes him not stupid. like he has so much more. Like back 3, right? Back 3. 16 frames. 16 frame mid. Hit confirmable. because it locks them in the air. I mean, it wasn't even like a real hit confirm because it's either it hit or it didn't, right? Minus 14, unsafe home block. You get a full combo off of this. Sure, it's breakable, but he has 2 armor breakers in this variation. He has 2 armor breakers. So, I mean, if you're worried about people breaking out of your combos, you have options for that as well. Now, here's the thing. Before you guys tell me, oh, this shit's unsafe, this shit's unsafe, this shit's unsafe. I don't think that's it. Damn it, that was it. And we'll take that. Ooh, I actually got him, so I didn't space that properly. If you space this well, there we go. See this? Like you see what I'm trying to show you? And I'm not stupid. I know flying kick punishes. I know that. Your slides, your flying kicks, your 11, 12 frame reversal, fuck neutral moves, advancing specials, they will punish this. But guess what? If you're doing this move correctly, you won't get full comboed for it. So here's the thing. And I'm not saying this is the best. Well, it is the best whiff punish button in the game. This is the best whiff punishing button in the entire game, free. And it needs to be minus 14 because if this was completely safe on block, it would be broken as fuck. People would just do it all the time. There'd be no reason to not keep doing this. It'd be stupid. It needs to be unsafe to be balanceable, right? Or to be balanced, right? The thing is, you're not gonna get full comboed for it, right? So maybe when your opponent has no meter to even, like, because you're not gonna get full comboed, but you can still get punished, right? You know, you can still get punished, right? You know, 15%. You don't want to just take that. 15, 16%. Maybe when your opponent has no offensive meter, you're more likely to let this shit rock, because worst case scenario, you take 8% damage, which is not a big fucking deal. Best case scenario, it lands, you get a full fucking combo. And I don't know full Shao Kahn combos. Oh, he's still on breakaway. I don't know full Shao Kahn combos. But I know a little bit. That's 32%. I don't know if that's optimal or not. Probably not. But that's 32%. He also has a damage buff that gives him more damage if you need more damage. Not to mention, with Shao Kahn's combos, whoa. Totally forgot about that. He can decide if he wants to side switch you or keep you on the same side. That's really good. Not to mention, if he has his damage buff active, you get a crushing blow for this move. You can just do it and get a full combo off of it, or you can end your combo in it. I know that second crushing blow is not real, but you get the point. You do. If I turn easy crushing blows off, this shit will still happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty simple, like, all you have to do is get a knockdown state. And Shao Kahn players, you know your fucking setups because I've seen them. You know your situations when you can and you can't call this shit. You know, if you land a fucking spear from full screen, you can probably get away with some shit like that. Whatever the case is, you know what you can do. Now, let's talk about what you should do. What you should do, right? Because I've talked about, let's talk about his anti-air for a moment, right? I want to talk about his anti-air game for a moment. He has the best anti-airs in the game. Free. This game, anti-airs are trash. In this game, anti-airs are fucking garbage. That's just the thing, right? Like, if I wait this late, yeah, I'm gonna get kicked in the face. But from here, here, wow. It's also range dependent. If I'm a little further back, you know. If I'm a little closer up, you know. But let's actually anti-air. Let me stop getting hit and just show you the actually anti-air power of this shit. And then the other thing is, he has down 2. I can down, as soon as you leave the ground, I can press down 2 and kill you for it. Or I can wait a little bit to about mid-air and then do it. If I wait longer than that, I have to go with this. And Liu Kang has a good, his jump in is good. He's got a good jump in, you know? But Shao Kahn, like, what are we talking about? I love that people, when I always say Frost is bad, like, oh, she has the best anti-air in the game. She has down 3. You can't jump in on her. Fam, you can't jump in on Shao Kahn either. And this has been, his stand-in 1 has been this good forever. His stand-in 1 didn't just recently get a buff and now it's a good anti-air. No, it's always been like this. If you can't anti-air with Shao Kahn, that's not the problem of the character. That's your problem. You as a Shao Kahn player should never let anybody jump in on you because you have a godlike anti-air. Like, I don't understand. When I say Frost is bad, people say, oh, she's got a great anti-air. But didn't you say Shao Kahn is bad? Like, he doesn't have a better anti-air. But he does. Not to mention, his jump 2 is fucking crazy. Look at the... He's got Katana's jump 2. Jump 1 is whatever. But he's got Katana's jump 2. Nobody ever talks about that, right? It's got that. Look, let's get into the normal shit we're just supposed to do, right? So in this range, so Shao Kahn can do some things in this range. He can check with this. He can jab. He can jab you from here, honestly. He can check with this. If you can punish with this, you know what I mean? You can do whatever you need to do. From this range, this is his optimal range. This is where you want to play Shao Kahn from. It is. It is. And here's the thing. From this range, the problem is Shao Kahn players, if they're about this range, they're not going to do anything but probably fucking shoulder charge. From about here, they'll throw spears. If you get a little closer, though, they won't do that. And then they might do this, which is stupid, or they'll do this. You should never do either one of those options. Never. You don't need to do this to get plus frames. You don't. You do not need to do this to get plus frames. You don't. And it's got some pushback, so what are you really getting after it? A down 1? Like, what do you really, look. That's too far. You know what I mean? Like, I'm almost certain that if he backs up, that whiffs. Damn, I'm really bad at this shit. At this training mode shit I suck at. Wait. You know what I mean? Like, do you see that? Like, why don't, like, this move sucks. This fucking forward 4 shit, it's trash. It's the same as Sub-Zero shit. It's not good. Like, it works sometimes online, but it's not good. Stop doing it. From this range, what you want to do is this. Because look at the range. From anywhere from here to here, it'll hit. From here to here, it'll hit. Right? Now, if they're not respecting you, and like from this range, they're still throwing fireballs and shit at you, then sure, go into sweep or something. Make them respect this range. If you're doing shoulder charge on a read because you know he's not blocking, fine. That's totally fine. But do not just randomly shoulder charge. You have to do this. If you're gonna shoulder charge in neutral, that's a big brain read. That's what that needs to be. And it can't be something you do often. If you do it more than twice in a round, if you do it more than once in a fucking, I'm not even twice in a round, I mean in a game. If you do it more once in a game, more than once, it's probably a problem. You're probably doing it too much, right? So it's literally just to get them to respect you, right? Or back 3, right? If they try to duck, right? Because this has colossal range. If they try to duck, if they don't respect it, back 3. Back 3 has almost the same range. And launch them for a full combo. Duck their fireball, back 3. I don't think he has it. Yeah. Well, he does have annihilation. You might get raw annihilation in neutral, which sucks. But go for that. You know what I mean? Make them respect this button. And once they respect this high, once you show them that they have to respect this high, it's damn near a mid. It's hit confirmable. If you go into the second hit of the string, it's -6. Completely safe on block. They block it, guess what? Do nothing. Do nothing. You're fine. They don't block it. Go into your little combo, bro. It's come on. Like, what are we talking about? This shit, you can do this shit from fucking half screen away. Go to a hit confirmable string. There's no gap here. There is no gap here. I'd never see Shao Kahn players do this. There's no gap there. This is a real block string. Like, you can use that. And like, oh, they're just gonna duck it. Then kill them. When they duck, kill them for ducking. Make them think twice about just ducking in neutral. Y'all love to go to the sweep. Why don't you go to this? This nets way more for you. Like I said, and I know it's unsafe, but if you're doing it from back here, you're gonna get hit by what? A flying kick? Cool. And if they're punishing this, that means they're blocking. If they're blocking, Fucking normal, bro. You know what I mean? Cool, he's blocking. You know what I mean? What does this shit have, a whiffing issue or something? It looks like it's hitting Liu Kang. I don't know. Maybe this whiffs against female hurt boxes, but if so, that's a matchup specific shit, and that's just the game being shitty. I gotta deal with that shit it spawned too. It's still a thing. But you have this option, bro. Like, you still have this option. You still have this option. You have so many options. Y'all just choose to do this instead for some dumbass reason. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. Fucking look, man. Let's get back to normal for a minute. Easy crushing blows are off, right? I already told y'all about the Dark Priest buff. If you didn't know, right? You got Dark Priest active. You get Annihilation. Boom, boom. Big crushing blow. You land 3 spears. You get this crushing blow. 34%, 35%, unbreakable damage. Not to mention, this jab string is not bad. Now, it has one fatal flaw. Like, this is a good... The first 2 hits are safe completely. First, it's fucking plus as fuck on block. You can go through the whole jab string if you want. You can dial this in like it is an auto shimmy string, even though it's not. They can flawless block you for it, though. They can do that. But I would use this sparingly. Use this a lot. Use this a lot. Maybe mix up using that, so they don't predict when you're gonna do this, right? Maybe so they don't predict that, or just go to this, grab, and then you use it like an auto shimmy string. It's not a real one. It's not. It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it is. But if you mix up the fact that you use this to be plus, and whoa, you use this to be plus, and then go into other shit, or go into anything else, and then eventually they see that, and then they try to duck and punish you. They will get hit. They will get hit. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? Eventually they will get hit. Like, you got this, or to this, and then you get this. Look how much damage you get for that. I don't see Shao Kahn players do that. I don't. And I know this is a 9-frame button. It's not the fastest shit in the world for a jab, but most characters, if they have mids, they're 11 frames or whatever. And this has more range than a down 1. As you can see, right? Has more range than a down 1. So this is not competing with, oh, but did he have 7-frame down 1? Okay, to do it from outside of that range. Like, you're not competing with that. You're competing with mids that are 9 frames. That's why this button is 9 frames, because it has the fucking range of a 9-frame mid. You know what I mean? It's just high because it's a jab. You know? I don't got shit to say about this button. But it can go into a low if you need that. If you need that, you can go into a low. Oh man. But yeah, that gives you some wiggle room here. And then worst case scenario, they block it all. And they might flawless block up to you. They might not. You know? Flawless blocking is not something that's guaranteed. It's something that's meter dependent on if the player can execute, if they know it's a gap, etc, etc, etc. It's kind of quote unquote an issue that there's a gap there, but I wouldn't say never go for it. Just don't telegraph it, bro. Just don't be obvious about it. Go for jab throw sometimes. Go for jab mid sometimes. Go for jab down 3 sometimes. Go for jab full string sometimes. Fucking mix up your options, bro. Like this. And I'm probably gonna end this video soon because I think I'm fucking talking for too long. Normal, right? This is -3. Hits from way back here. Like I said, get them to respect it. Make them respect your options from this range. Hit them with this, and it's -3, bro. You can do shit after it. It's -3. You know what I mean? The second hit comes out in 22 frames. Like, you can do, that's a stagger. Like, you can do things. It's not the greatest stagger in the game. It's not a Liu Kang caliber stagger, but it's something, bro. He has options on offense. He has this. If you want to whiff punish from close range, if you want to whiff punish from around this range and be safe about it, you have this. You have this. If you want to whiff punish from far range, it's a little unsafe, but it's the better button. You know what I mean? Only on a confirm. Now, if you can one button hit confirm, then this character becomes amazing. But I know 99% of players in this game can't do that. There may be 4 on the planet who can. So I'm not even gonna like spend too much time on that. But just know if you get one button hit confirm this, if you get one button hit confirm this character becomes ridiculous because the gap here becomes non-existent because you never do it on block. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we like one of the best sweeps in the game, one of the best down twos, if not the best down two, the best jab. Extremely long range buttons, the best whip punishing button in the game, really good damage, really solid damage at least, with a damage buff. Decent crush and blow with this. You can literally end a combo with it, you can start a combo with it. His throw crush and blow is really good. I don't care what any of y'all say. I don't care what any of y'all say. I play Spawn. He has a better version of Spawn's crush and blow, and if you don't know what it is, I just want to show it. Triggers on a reversal punish or get up punish. Now this says get up punish, but that doesn't mean get up roll punish because it's a counter when they get it from a roll, which is fucking stupid. But if he wakes up, say turn block to stance and then get up attack, Rising Dragon, right? Well, I don't even need the reversal. Yeah, fuck it. It's gonna be a reversal. Fuck it. Then you get the crush and blow, right? And you go into whatever the fuck. This crush and blow, I've seen this crushing blow do over 500 damage before. Like literally like a year ago, I saw this crushing blow do over 500 damage. Like he can do a fuck ton of damage off this crushing blow. It's super good. Shao Kahn players never want to punish with throw for some reason, but again, that's the fault of the player, not the character. I already told you about this crushing blow, unbreakable 35%. All you have to do is land 3 spears at it eventually during however many rounds, 2-3 rounds, and then your jab string now does all that damage, right? That's really fucking good. Like he's not a perfect character. He's not, but yeah, Annihilation. He's got a few practical crushing blows. One of the best down twos in the game. So if you're doing high moves, he's gonna crush you for it. It's gonna happen. So he's got some practical crushing blows. He's got some solid damage. He's got amazing buttons. Like, how is he the worst character in the game? It really doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. I don't see it. And granted, I don't play this character, but maybe I need to start and just show y'all that this character is not fucking terrible. You just need a brain to play him. You have to think more. You have to really play neutral. You have to really whiff punish. You have to really fucking stagger your offense. You have to really do things sometimes and not do things. Like, you really have to switch up your options. There is no magic button with Shao Kahn. Y'all think it's this, and it's not. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing this for. This does nothing. It's an overhead that's slow as dog shit with a huge gap in between it. Like I really don't get it. Why would you ever do this? Like honestly, like who? Why would you ever think this is good? Honestly. Punish. I don't even have to up to you, bro. I don't even have to. And this is my first time ever flawless blocking that string, so if it looks like I'm fucking up the timing sometimes, I am, because I've never done that before. It's literally the first time I've ever done it. You know what I mean? Like, it's dumb. Do this. Stay safe. Do the same shit unless you have to not do it. Y'all know to sweep. You know to sweep from this range, right? No, like, be weary with this button, but use it. You have to use it. Be weary with it, but use it. Don't abuse it. Use it. Use this button. Like, if you understand the neutral game and understand how to space and play footsies and just how to condition your opponent, how to play fighting games, you know what I mean? And if they won't get conditioned, they won't learn to just keep fucking knocking their head off. So what? If they're gonna keep ducking at this range and this keeps whiffing, all right, cool, kill him. Kill him. Don't sweep, kill him. Kill him. Kill him every time. Every time. Like, just do, or jump 2. Jump 2. Look at your fucking jump 2. Look at it. Shit's great. Shit's great. You know what I mean? They jump at you, you got an anti-air grab too. Like, what are we talking about? He's the best anti-airing character in the game for free. Anti-airs in the game are shit, but he's got some solid ones. Like, you know what I mean? Man's got hella options. His 13 frame button is really good. Doesn't, like, it's just like Spawn's 13 frame button, except that it doesn't go into a full string, but it's completely fucking safe. You can do this and just block because you're -6. they don't if they're continuously mashing after you do this, immediately pressing something, make them think about pressing something. That's when you do your unsafe shit. When it becomes a read. You know, every time I do this shit, he's immediately pressing. You know what I mean? Then you make him think about pressing. Like you have to play your opponent when you pick this character. You have to think, what is my opponent gonna do? You have to play a different playstyle, a playstyle that you guys aren't used to playing. You're used to just mash buttons, mash buttons, mash buttons, down 4, down 4, down 3, low profile. Like, cool. Pick Liu Kang for that. Pick, a stupid character like Doom Cyber for that. Shao Kahn is a character for those of us with a brain that want to play like we have a brain. And if that makes him bad to you, that means you're bad. That means you don't know how to play fighting games. So remember, Shao Kahn doesn't suck, you suck. He's not the worst character in the game, Frost is. I'm sure he has an issue or two that I didn't bring up. I'm sure. Let's watch. Let me just test out a theory, something that I think is probably an issue that I didn't bring up. Just a wild guess. Let's just test this out.
Shao Kahn. Jackie Briggs.
Let's just see.
Retrocade.
Because I play a character that has these similar issues that nobody thinks is the worst character in the game. Like, I play Spawn and he's a similar character to Shao Kahn. And nobody thinks Spawn's the worst character in the game, and these characters are very similar, right? Nah. Yeah, see this? Oh, small Herbice characters just whiff sometimes. Oh, when they duck block. Yeah, it's a matchup thing. It sucks. It's shitty. It sucks. But guess what? I go through the same thing with Spawn. He has the exact same problem. Literally the exact same problem. I can't even jail fireballs into them. Look, this shit whiffs completely. This is fucked up. All I gotta do is duck. Right? It's shitty. The matchup is shitty. But this isn't like, oh, this character doesn't have options, he's shitty. No, that's the matchup being shitty. Fucking sweep that. Y'all loves doing sweep all the time. From this range, just know that now you gotta sweep. You know what I mean? Or you got a back 3 on a read, or you got a back 2 or you got a back 2. You know what I mean? You gotta play it slightly different. And this is annoying. This is bad game design. I'm agreeing with you guys on that. This should not be like this. This should never whiff. She's blocking, this shouldn't whiff. She's blocking, this shouldn't whiff. I totally agree with you guys. 1000% I agree. But that doesn't mean, oh, he's the worst character in the game. No, bro, there are a lot of characters who have this problem. It's a hurt box issue, it's a design flaw, it's a horribly made fighting game. And I don't know why y'all don't want to just call it that. But Spawn has the same issue. Frost has the same issue. Like, there are other characters who have, it's not a Shao Kahn specific issue that only he has. Right? You know what I mean? And then they might catch you whiffing this. They probably could. If they're good enough, they will. Or they might get punched by that second hit. But if they're weary, but the thing is, they still have to respect other options. Just because you're not gonna do this for max range anymore, doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean you can't hit them with this. Doesn't mean you can't sweep. Like I said, when you're closer, doesn't mean you can't do this. I know this is gonna whiff, but don't do this. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And no, this is probably not a good matchup for him, but it's not like he doesn't, oh, what can I do? 4-4. No. Play it a little closer to home. You know what I mean? Play it around this range. Her buttons ain't that great. Her range ain't that great. Make her whiff. You have to just, because this game is poorly designed, sometimes you're put in situations when you play characters that are not top tier. Like I said, Shao Kahn is not top tier. When you play characters that are not top tier and have issues, you're going to be put in situations where you have to just flat out outplay your opponent. You just have to. You have to play better than them. You are at a disadvantage naturally. This is where matchups come in. You're naturally at a disadvantage and you just have to outplay your opponent. This is why I say if I beat you a variation 2 Spawn, I outplayed you. Because that character has no way to open you up. You know what I mean? In this, you can still, honestly, still get this off. Not consistently, but... I mean, I don't mean consistently, not like you can't abuse it, you can't do it all the time, but you still have a mid. You still got a 10 frame mid. You can still command respect with it. You can still command respect with this mid. This is the thing, it's really important that he has this button. It really is. And then you can pick the time you want to go for the gold and really go to this. You can pick the time you want to go for that. You know what I mean? And they're gonna think you're gonna go for the throw or you're gonna go for shoulder charge, and they blocked it. You're not gonna get punished, right? Because you have options after. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you can get into that a little bit. But don't base your whole gameplay off this. Like, when this is all you're trying to do, that's the problem. That's not gonna win you the game. That's one tiny piece of his game plan, and don't use it as a crutch. Like, don't be a Raiden player and just try to do down one storm arrow, back one two storm arrow, back one two throw. Like, that's not the entire character. Like, like, you're trying to be carried by one aspect of a character instead of learning how to really play. And like I said, I know that this is stupid. I understand. I agree. But so fucking what? You know what I mean? Y'all love the down four anyway. Y'all love to do this shit. Y'all love to do this shit. Do it here. Yeah, if you don't want to be in the Jackie blender after you sweep, then fine. Then don't commit to nothing from this. Just stay in this range. Don't commit to shit. Just wait for her to commit to something. Because she's going to have to commit eventually. She wants to hit you, right? She has to. Be wary. Duck. You know what I mean? Pay attention, read. Wait, literally wait for her to do something. She's gonna do something eventually. When she does, kill her. That's it. But anyway, I probably sound like a frustrated teacher because to me, I see all this shit. And again, I'm not saying Shao Kahn's the best character in the game. I'm not saying he's top tier. I'm saying he's not trash. He doesn't suck. He's not the worst character in the game. He's not. I played the worst character in the game for, I still do sometimes, for fucking a year. Like, you really cannot tell me. I've seen it. It's in the game. So I'm just here to talk, just to let y'all know. His jump 3 ain't, or what is it, jump kick ain't bad either. Even though it don't hit her because her hurt box is tiny. But this is more of a like character hurt box issue, a game issue, and it's not like, oh, but Shao Kahn can't hit the characters with fucked up hurt boxes. It's like, well, yeah, well, so a lot of characters can't. You know what I mean? They're like, remember that this is the game where you can low profile mids. You know what I mean? Just remember that. So don't always put all the knownness on Shao Kahn. Say, oh, this makes him bad. No, Shao Kahn is fine. He's not, I wouldn't say fine. He can use a couple of tweaks. Get rid of this sizable ass. If you're gonna have a gap here, it shouldn't be minus 12. Like, so pick one. Is the gap gonna stay, or is this gonna be minus 12? Because this doesn't need to be, this should be like minus 8, right? Like how this is. You know what I mean? Don't need to be minus 12 with a gap. Like, it shouldn't have to be super unsafe no matter what you do. Because once you commit to this, once you do the second hit, you're unsafe no matter what you do. And that's fucked up. Make his throw, crush or blow, punish, wake up rolls. And, I mean, that's about it. Like, what the fuck else y'all want to do to this character? You know what I mean? Like, give him a new string off of this button. Sure, that would be nice, but they're not fucking do that. Everything else is fine. You're just playing them the wrong way. But anyway, I'm repeating myself. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Let me know how much y'all disagree with me in the comments. I'm still right though, but I'd love to hear your opinions. Plus, if y'all got more information for me, please let me know. I'm not a Shao Kahn player at all. So if there's more issues that I just have not seen that I don't know, feel free to let me know. But you know what I mean, man's got some buttons on him. You know what I'm saying? You know, man's got some buttons on him. Anyway, y'all stay safe. I'm gonna get out of here. JSF, why am I yawning? Subscribe for more content.